Good morning. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to post Fed Day show. Actually, pretty crazy out there today. Not only because of the Fed Day yesterday, but crazy stuff going on. Yen interventions. You got pound interest rates. You got Swiss interest rates. So a lot of stuff popping and dropping today. It's crazy. I mean, just look at this pound yen chart here. Look at the USD Swiss chart here. I mean, it's just things are popping. Euro JPY, pound AUD. A lot of crazy action today. Dollar taking a spill, you know. So, equities market, big dump. Bitcoin actually rallied back up, but it's just crazy out there today, guys. Looking at what we got to look forward to as far as economic events today. Pound rates just came out a few minutes ago. So moving forward, we have unemployment claims at 8:30. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So everything's at least behind us. So you might want to let the dust settle a little bit after the pound rate just came out. Yen intervention, they were mentioning last night at around London session. So it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be pretty crazy out there today. If you're trading currencies, that is. If you're trading commodities or futures, going to be crazy just because Fed Day was pretty nuts yesterday, but it should be at least pretty stable price action today. Any headlines overnight? Didn't get a chance to check yet, so let's check it out real quick. Yentervention, I like that word, yentervention. It's not going to work. Oh, see, look, kind of another failed interventions begun. Their interventions never work. So yeah, it's causing a little bit of volatility right now, but they haven't announced the size yet. I think they said September 30th is when they'll announce the size. First intervention, 24 years. Going to prop up the end for like a couple of days. Which will fail in weeks, if not days. Yeah. It always ends up failing. So whatever. I mean, cool. A little bit of volatility in the market right now with the yen, but it'll end up coming back to normality. Let's see. Not seeing anything else. It's great. Yeah, nothing else really. Cool. So, the only thing to note is we have the yen intervention. We have Swiss rate hikes and pound rate hikes, but everything's now behind us. So, if you wait a little bit, for markets to cool down, Forex markets to cool down. Should have some okay trading later. Looking at equity markets today, actually taking a little bit of a spill right now, pulling off its retest. Looking at the daily yesterday, actually, pretty strong breakdown. We mentioned it. If we break through these lows here, we want to see a pretty quick move back down to 3780 area, previous area of rejection, and now that's where we're kind of sitting today. Daily already spinning a doji here, so we don't know if we want to continue up or down yet. But if you look at price action, we already actually came up and filled this move here, right? So the last wick was right here, and so we just came up and retested that area, and now we're dropping back down. So I'd expect us to continue down towards lows. I think it's important that we already fill this move here into the overnight session. And so now looking at it, if price closes below 3,800, then I think we see a nice extended sell-off back down to 3760 lows, and a continuation down from there. Overall, I'd expect a continued sell-off. I mean, so it's going to be important to see how we close in the next 2 days, or I guess today and tomorrow. Weekly charts heading into this previous area of weekly support, a lot of rejection back here in the past. And so if we can close amongst these wicks between today and tomorrow, then I think it gives us enough momentum to head back down towards lows, and then break lows to head back down into the 3,500 range. But again, we'll have to see where we close on the higher time frame. Levels I trade off of, though, are main area I'm trading off of is 3,800. I think below 3,800 bears are in control for the day, and above bulls, because then you can get a push back up to 38, 34. And so 3,800 is going to be the point of control today that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Looking at the dollar. Dollar had a really strong close yesterday. Breakout after Fed. Looking at current price action, taking a little bit of a spill because of the yen intervention. But notice how it's not really falling off and it's actually getting dip bought. It's because the yen intervention doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really change anything. They're not really going to do anything. It ends up failing every single time. So nothing really to worry about there. So what you're seeing is a nice retest of this breakout from Fed day. And now we're probably going to continue back up towards 112 and then continue towards 114. So I'd expect a continuation here with the dollar. Levels I'm trading off of, if we can break through this 111.19, then we should have clear skies to highs of 111.80, 112. However, if we break below 110.80 right here, then I think we see some an extended pullback down towards like 109, 110, 109.80, 110 area. So kind of in that pinned in this range here, where we're either going to break towards highs or break down towards the lows of yesterday. So 110.78 and 111.16 are the levels I'm watching for the dollar today. Rates are consolidating the last 3 days, hanging out here, up here at highs. I drew this 359, 360 level 3 days ago, and it really is respecting it, and it's based off the higher time frame. Looking left here, it was a previous area of support and resistance back in 2002, 2009, 2011. So this area is going to come into play. If we can eventually break through 360, 374 is going to be the next area to play off of. But right now, consolidating, hanging out at the highs here. If we do break below 350, then I think we see an extended pullback. Unlikely though, but 350 and 360 are the levels to play off of. Taking a look at pound yen. Let's take a look at pound yen real quick. A couple of the Forex plays, but no, I'm not going to play them. I'm not going to play them until probably around 7:30 to 8. I'm going to play them a little later just because I want to give it time for all the news events to kind of get behind us and price action to settle down. Because as you can see, price action is still a little wonky here, still a little weird, and so I want to give price some time to cool down. And so I probably won't trade this closer towards 8 o'clock. Same with pound AD and euro JPY. So I'm going to come back around 7:30 for Forex and reanalyze around 7:30, and then we'll kind of play off the new levels. Take a look at gold and oil. Gold. Let me get rid of some of these lines here. Cool. So looking at the daily, we're really stuck in this range here. It's been a pretty strong weekly range. There's a lot of accumulation going on in here. So once we break one way or the other, it's going to be a pretty strong break. Tough range to trade. So it's going to be a lower time frame play because, I mean, we're really just kind of pinned in here, and there's really no higher time frame play off of this. So we're going to be doing a range trade in here. If you look at yesterday's price action, we have the high of Fed and the low of Fed. And it looks like that's the entire range of the consolidation. So what I'd probably do is play off of the 50% level of this range. Let's make it 50%. Let's make that let's do, what color to do it? We'll do teal, turquoise. Turquoise. So this is the 50% level of the Fed day range. And so below that, I'll look for, the bears are in control. Above that, bulls will be in control. And so looking at levels to trade off of today, if we can break below this support we're forming right now, 1665. Sells would be decent to fill this range here. And this is the 4 o'clock move. I don't think anything came out at 4. Ah, okay. I don't know why it would move off of the Swiss press conference. Not sure if that was a coincidence or if something else came out at 4. It's about 3 hours ago. Yeah. Not sure. Regardless, looking for a shorts on the break of this low here. Yeah, so I'm in shorts for gold. I'm looking just for it to fill this move here, coming back down towards like 1661. It'll give us around almost 40, around 40 pips, which will be the bottom end of the range here. If we start breaking above, let's say, the obvious area of rejection is going to be right here at like 1670. And so if I can get a close above this area here, it'll likely be around the high volume time near 8 o'clock. Then I'll look for buys back towards highs around 1680, 1678. So my buys will be above 1670, and my sells are going to be below 1665. Let's take a look at oil now. I'm going to set my stop loss in gold so I can look away for it for a second. Set my take profit. Okay, great. Looking at oil now. Oil's been kind of just chilling in this range as well, 82 to 86. A tough one to trade, but it is a an easy range trade. I took nice sells on it yesterday. As far as trading oil today, not sure I'm going to really look for sells just because we're at the bottom of the range here, and I'm going to continue to range trade oil while we're in this range. And once it doesn't work is when I then flip my strategy. And so I'm going to be looking for longs on oil if we can get back down towards 83. Running into some resistance right now, so I don't think longs up here are good. But if we can come down to retest this dip buy range, this rejection range around 83, then that's where I'll look to pick up some buys for a run back up towards highs around 84.40 and then continue towards 85. Gonna wait for the 15 and 30 minutes to close. Nice 30-minute engulfing on oil. Some interesting buys here. If we were to take buys, the stops would be below potential 3-to-1. I don't like how big the stops are. Probably wouldn't have them that big. Too much rejection on the 15-minute though. Yeah, there's too much rejection on the 15-minute. I'd consider buys if we started pulling back down towards like 83.40. 83.40, I'll start my initial buys on oil. $83.40, I have a buy limit set. Right in here. And then it's for one contract, because then I'll look to scale it into a second contract. $30-minute closed. Oil got two big rejection wicks. 30-minute, pretty weak to the upside here. Rejection wick as well. So I like the buy limit still on 83.40 for a pullback. And then I'll add another at like 83.20 or 83.15. And if we can break through, like if we break through 83, then I'll get out and look for re-entries. I'm not in yet though for oil. current daily has run into both support and resistance, and so now it's kind of just chopping around in this zone here. And so 4 hours bearish after rejecting the upper zone here. So I'm gonna look for gold sells soon. Not yet. What I think we'll get first is a little bit of a squeeze. But I don't think the buys last. So I'm going to enter one contract sell, one contract short here, 1676. Okay, so it's a different price. Right here, this purple line is my first contract short, and then if we break up towards 1673, this area here is where I'll look to add my second contract. And max, I'll get in 3 contracts if we start breaking up towards 1677. But we'll see. We'll see how price reacts. Overall, take profit. Going to look for like a 1660 push. There's more bearish momentum than bullish momentum, and so that's kind of what I'm playing off of here. So 1680, no, that's on futures. 1673, right in this area here is where I look for my second contract short. If we do push up. three separate zones of consolidation. This zone, you got this zone, and you got this zone here, that we're now entering the second zone of consolidation. Sitting at the 50% mark of the Fed day right now at 1671. I think we at least squeeze up towards 1673 because it looks like we're getting a little bit of a squeeze out of here. First area of intersection that's reaching is going to be 1673. Last point of intersection will be 1676 area. And so there's going to be my scaling points for the short. Bro, if there was a better, more precise way of trading than your current, we look into it and go through that journey of development. No. I've been trading for 8 years. You got to find what works for you and go with it. It's been working for me, and so why would I change? There might be a more precise way for someone else. I develop my own way of trading, and I tweak it along the way, but there's no one size fits all in trading, and so it just takes time to figure out what works for you. Might end up missing these oil longs. If we get an oil push, I mean, it's already at the bottom of the range here. If oil ends up being strong enough to push towards 86, I'll look for shorts. Otherwise, I don't like buying in the middle of a range here. And so I'd only either look for buys against 83 or sells against 86. So I'm either not going to trade oil today or going to be patient with it and wait for my setup. Let's take a look at pound yen. Pound yen's continuing its sell-off. Still seems like there's some volatility in pound yen right now. Still seems like it's not trading normal. 15-minute just closed, just a brick of a candle. No upper or bottom wick, an absolute brick. Not buying pound yen because there's way too much selling momentum in it. So I'm not going to buy here. I'm not going to sell here either. I'm still going to need to see pound yen cool off a little bit. There's too much pound AUDs in this nasty choppy range. Not trading in here. Euro JPY. I'm just going to need to see things settle down a little bit. So 8 o'clock, I'll come back on Forex and see if there's any good setups. 15-minute chart closed on gold. Nice bullish close. In this, rejecting this previous 50% range of the Fed day, or this entire range, that is. Oil, nice bullish close as well. I'm going to take another sell on gold. Right now it seems to be rejecting the 50% mark of the Fed day. So sitting in 2 contracts long right now. And take profit is going to be around 1661. Pound yen still figuring itself out. I think safe buyers would be above 161.850. Because then, you know, it's breaking through the previous rejection point, pushing up to fill this news, but probably not going to fill the whole thing. Maybe 163. Move up towards 163. It's a 100 pip range. Has a pretty big range to the upside. I didn't realize how big of a swing this was. 500 pips to the downside. So what I just did is I got out of all my gold shorts here as on this break, and I'm going to reinitiate. Not yet. Well, I might get in one here, but we'll see. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to let it kind of play itself out a little bit in this range. So entering a short here. 1675 will be my second entry if it continues up. Eight o'clock volume time coming in soon. Couple minutes. Then we should get some good moves in gold. Pound yen check zone. It's tough right now for pound yen because of the news. I think buys would work out here, but I'm not sure I want to get in yet what I'd like to see ideally is a break of these lows to grab liquidity. If we close back above 159,600, then I'll look for buys to push back up towards 162. But if I'm going to take a long here, it needs to be a break of these lows, a close back above. Then I'll look for longs right here, and probably look for about 100 pips out of it, around 161 area. But it's tough to play it right now because it's still figuring out what it wants to do after the news events. Still some volatility in it, so I'm not going to trade it right this second. But if I don't get the run of the lows and it close back above, then I'm not going to trade it unless we end up pushing back above 161,850. Then I'll look for longs up here. Looking back on August 1st, lows 159,448. 15-minute closed, hourly closed. Hourly close extremely bearish, so I'm not buying yet. I don't want to buy in front of this extreme bearish momentum here. 30-minute extreme bearish momentum, 15-minute bearish momentum. So I'm not buying yet. I want to see a run of lows, bullish engulfing back above. Maybe give us a 30-minute close bullish, and then I'll potentially look for buys because it'll show a run of lows, divergence being formed, and then we'll look for buys. Otherwise, I'm sitting out of it. Tough trader right now. But I'm going to add an alert to see if we get a run of. See if we get a run of the lows here. Entering this previous area of rejection on gold. So anywhere in this range here is where I'll look for a short add. Anywhere in this range, ideally towards 1676, 1677. Buy or not pound yen? Dude, I gave my analysis. I gave you my analysis. So, I'll let you know when I buy. I wouldn't buy yet. I think it runs these lows first. Uh, 1676 for gold. I have a sell limit to add to my shorts. Or it's right. 1676. It's right here. 1676.28. Why do you assume that I'm in something? Well, you just think oil and gold look like they're both setting up short on 5 minute. Well, that's good because I'm short gold. I am short gold at this green line right here. And you know, I mean, looking at the 15 and 30 minute, I drew this box here, right? And big area of rejection. Usually are by the time I get here. Yeah, I am short gold. Big area of rejection up in here, so I'm looking to short off of this to potentially push at least back down to 1665 and then 1660 if we can get enough momentum in it. 15 minute, pretty big area of rejection as well, obviously. And so I'm looking to add my short if we pop up more into this range here. I'm only short one contract because I figured I might be a little early on it. And so around 1676.30, this area here is where I'll take my second short if it pushes up into it. 15-30 minutes suggest you'll be waiting for a bit. No, I think so too. I figured I'd be waiting for a bit. I knew I was early on this, which is why I got in one contract. And and that's why I'm gonna just let myself scale into this one. Tempted to buy the NAS right now. Pull my leg. Look at this NAS 1 hour like rejection zone in here that we're now pushing out of. I could see us popping a bit today. So I threw a long wick retrace. Hashtag wick retrace. So I threw a long out in the NAS. Along the NAS here. If you're gonna push down to 1670 on 5 minute, it might be worth covering and reloading. Yeah, but like, if we push down to 1670, right, and we're leaving this big wick, like these wicks, you think we get another wick like that to then reload on? Because I'd hate to like get these good entries and then it ends up just like tanking from here, you know? Oh, that's a tough one. Pound yen's breaking the lows here. So if I can get a pound yen 15-minute close below these lows and a pushback above, I'll look for longs on pound yen. Gold's a tricky one. Gold is a tricky one. I don't typically like to play that game to where if it pushes down to this level, I'll get out expecting a retracement to add again and stuff. That's like a scalper kind of play. I'm not really a scalper. So I'd rather sit in this trade long and just kind of scale in if it let it fluctuate and then look for the big move. That's a tough one for me. But I do have a buy limit sitting here. let's see where my NAS take profit. I'd love to see just a squeeze today. I really would. Sitting at overnight point of control right now. Five-minute on gold, just pretty overbought, and 1530 looks like they have more room in them to still go up. 5 minutes still sometimes lets the air out. Cycles once before the higher time frames prep out. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah. No, I hear you. I agree with that thesis. I just don't like trading that way. Not something I'm used to. But maybe it'll help my trading. Maybe I should learn. Minus on yesterday is 38.15, which we just passed. So I might not get that bottom swing on 5-minute gold. Yeah. That's actually why I bought like the NAS. Because I noticed the ES is picking up and the NAS is squeezing out of this range here. Broke out of yesterday's close. And so figured it looks like you might get a little bit of a squeeze out of it. Yeah, I agree. I don't really like to stick into that long either if I can make more. My thing is just like, I don't know, you know, something like what, you know, I'd be pretty pissed if it didn't, you know, do what I wanted and then go like this, because then I wouldn't be able to reload. And if it just goes like this, then, you know, I'm just sitting there with just holding with my dick in my hand, because that's not a bad idea. Getting out of one there and then reloading the one that comes back up. That's something I would consider. I'm not sure I'd get out of the whole position, but that is something I would consider. I don't really like these NAS longs, to be honest, so. I don't like NAS yet. Yeah, I don't like the NAS yet. I'm gonna wait. Gold, COMEX open volume coming in soon. I'm gonna be really upset if it just swerved my second contract and it dumps from here. Always have two scenarios in mind. Don't marry either. Better to be a. Oh, that's. It's great. I'm going to be real pissed if I don't get my second contract entry on this. COMEX open volume coming in. I'd really enjoy if COMEX open hit my limit and then dumps. Yeah. Come on now. You can do it. feeling like I want to short oil here. So, you know, like I want to take a short in oil. Because why not? Alrighty. ES 5-minute long petering out is really weird today. Every time frame is opposite for long. Yeah, that's why I got out of the NAS. It just feels weird today. I'm not gonna really mess with the NAS right now. Yeah, ES is kind of acting a little weird too. So I just shorted oil. So let's see if we can get a nice oil drop here. I like to see oil drop down to like 83.40. I'll get at around 83.40 if we can hit it. Gold doesn't seem to be picking up my limit. I don't know. I was looking at the higher time frames, and we're entering this area here. It's like the problem zone. Like we have a lot of rejection. A lot of rejection in this area that we just entered. If you look at then like the 15-minute, we just broke this high here. So we're creating some type of divergence as well. So a higher time frame to actually feel like that, we're going to get a nice pullback here. I like the area to short off of. However, I'm going to keep a tight leash on it. If it does break this wick here, then I'll get out, because that could be a little early. But I like the shorts. Dude, if we get oil 84, we're getting like oil 83.50, oil 83.60. If this retraces to 84, then I think we at least get 83.50. I guess we'll see. Does oil tend to follow its point of control? I mean, kind of. I mean, it not as much as like, you know, the equities or gold. Oil does follow it some, but not as much. At least from my experience, you know. So I mean, granted, I haven't been trading volume profile or point of control for a long time, but since I've been trading it, it hasn't been too much of a significance, but who knows. Four minutes left in 15-minute. 15-minute has to close a pretty strong bearish if I want to stay in it, because I got in early expecting this divergence off of this pretty significant area of rejection, and so if it closes like weak and closes back up, then I'll probably just dump it, but we'll see where it closes in the next 4 minutes. Trade's gonna look something like this. I'll probably take it. Not sure how much I'm feeling out of this. I'll probably look for 83.40. I'll probably look for something like this. I'm gonna set my stop and take profit. I'll only lose. It's got to break the 5-minute trend line for starters. What, this very steep one? I don't really play too much significance in when trend lines are very steep like that. Like, it's just this very steep. Like, it needs to be something that you can like walk up. Like, I can't walk that fucking steep hill. But like this steep, this is the, you know, trend line I can walk up into something I'd play into. I like to consider it, I like to talk about it as like, can I walk up that hill? You know, can I walk up this hill? Maybe, but it's gonna be, you know, look how steep that is. Different way of looking at it. Let's set my I'll only lose like $200 if it breaks the highs. Lazy. No, man. That's great. Alright, set my buy stop. Set my buy limits. Cool. Gold came so close to my limit, so hopefully it still hits it. Oh man, I'm ready to get back to bed. Dude, Comex Open was a dud. Absolute dud. Usually I can count on it for some fun volume. Dude. Oh good, I hope the dollar runs up. What the fuck? It just swerved my limit order again. That's fucked up. Actually though, look at the dollar. Yeah, you're right. I like this for the longs. Alright, let's go. Yeah, ES, kind of a dud right now. Alright, I like the oil 15-minute close, so I think I'll stick with these shorts. I'll legit only lose like $200 if it breaks above. So, something I'm willing to risk. $830 volume coming into the market, and gold's about to hit my limit order. Dude, I'm stuck in these consolidations again. If I recall, I was stuck in these consolidations yet. Oh my god, dude. This sucks. Patiently waiting. Might be a slow day. Yep. Yep. Dude, look at this bullshit. The last hour, man. Christ. It's like a go back to bed type of day. Oh, my favorite indicator is saying we go up today. Oh, shit. Oh, good. My gold limit order was triggered. Huh. Posted in. Oh, good. Lovely. All right, so I am short 2 contracts of gold now. 1681 will be my stop. P2 alert memo wound up. Bullish divergence. I don't know, there's too many things going on. I don't know how to read how to read your chart. Okay, gold. Okay. Relax, bro. Relax. Relax. I'm just gonna play with gold. All right, I'm dumping my oil at break even, and I'm just gonna play with gold today, because gold's gonna take some of my time today. So I'm gonna have to be managing this baby. We have to be milking it on the way up here. So now it's a little, now it's a wickery trace, but just the tip right. All right, I'm gonna be having to manage this fucker. All right, we're gonna take another sell. I'm going down in flames with this thing, or I'm going up and going down in glory. It's one or the other. Okay, that's a bit more than the tip. Yeah, that is a bit more than the tip. You're right. That's an obnoxious move. But don't worry, it's gonna go down. Oh man. Don't you worry. This is a... Don't worry, it's fine, born alarm. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, we're going down. May not look like it yet. We're going down. I dumped this, by the way, break even. But we're going down. Pound yen looks like decent buys soon after like a 15-minute bullish close back above this area here. I like longs above this area on pound yen. Aha! Come on, baby. We're going down. We're going up and down in glory. Glory, baby. Come on. Don't fuck with Big Papa. Oh man. Oh. Yeah. I'm just gonna be milking gold today, so. It's really at this pretty strong daily rejection here. So the shorts look good to head back down towards 1665. Borderline, why don't you get in short gold real quick to push it down? You tell your market maker friends. Oh, okay. Only thing I'd be able to do is buy gold. Buy GLD. Yeah. Dude, this is dirty. 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 Maybe if I hold this for like, you know, a few days. Next year, if market is in full-blown recession, might join some Forex trading. We'll need to get set up with it. Yeah, buddy. That's right. Come day trade Forex. Good man. That's great. Crikey. Crikey. Today's lesson of what not to do, gold edition. Nah, dude, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Have faith. You gotta have faith. Oh man, that is great. You gotta have faith, brother. All right, here's the big hammer. Here comes the big hammer, Born Alam. Big hammer. Watch this. We're gonna tank now. Comes the hammer. Ay, ay, ay. Oh man, I still think it's coming down. It's basically what I'm going to do in this one, because I'm going to hop off in a second. So basically what I'm going to do with this one is I'll probably take one last short at this at 1685 resistance. And then my final stop will be like above 1688, like above these highs. because this thing's massive right now. So I still think we get like a pullback, but if we don't, we don't, you know. And then I'll just come back tomorrow. But just messing with gold right now. But I think I'll be all right. I think we'll end up falling down anyway. But I have my stops in place in case we don't. Do you tend to catch knives in support you trust when you get a stopping bar? Do you more optimally become? Catch knives, dude. I don't catch knives. Catching a knife is like if it's going to like really fuck your account. Like if I lose this, I'll probably only lose around 2%. I'll lose 2% if I lose it. So it's not really considered catching a knife, because catching a knife would mean that you're really going to fuck your account. And you're like catching a knife would be like, okay, you know, I'm gonna fucking sell this thing here, sell here, sell here, sell here, sell here, you know, and it's still going up and breaking, you know, breaking structure. Still hasn't technically broken structure until it breaks this area here, which is why I said my hard stop's going to be above this level here. I don't wait for like 3 to 5 bars confirmation. When I see setups that like seem like they've like, I'm more of like an anticipatory trader, and it actually works really well for me. Like usually I like to see like 1 or 2 bar confirmations, but in a case like this, obviously I was really early on this one. I wanted to see this area reject off of the higher time frame, but the range trade on like the higher time frames here was working, you know, really well, right? And so I was shorting at the top end of this range, looking for a pushback down. And so I mentioned earlier that if this range trade ends up not working today, then I'll call it a day and I'll come back tomorrow looking for, you know, I'll change my, you know, change the way I trade. But, you know, so. Like, for example, on like a play like this. Well, that's not a good example. On like a trade like this, that's not a good example either. Here, this is fine. Where we have like this trend line here, right? And we break through a retest. I'm shorting after this bearish close right here. Shorting here, looking for a pushback down to the lows in here. So like I have a couple different trading styles. Like I just really just flow with the market. And so if I see some kind of setup that's forming, I'll play it. I don't really have one specific like trading style. You bought the market yesterday after hours. Interesting. Yeah, honestly, like, you know, I think maybe we get a pop into like 381, retesting this breakdown, but I ultimately think we then sell back off. I don't know. I don't think it's buying time yet myself. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be buying the market yet. That's for sure. In that example, you wait about as long as I do. Yeah, so it just depends on like what the setup is. Like on a range trade setup, where I'm just trading the range like this, I don't wait. I'll just start selling on bullish candles, expecting the rejection back down. And if it ends up failing and breaking structure, then okay, it's just the range trade's over with, and we're going to move on to like the next trading style kind of thing. And actually, I would sometimes turn my position on rejection that access that uptrend. Yeah, I would too. Right. Same. I agree. I would sometimes look for. I would take a small position right here, and then another position after we close down here. That's what I would do as well. Ball spy 376, 375. So you bought it like right around here? Yeah, I don't know. I'd be selling into the strength, but that's just me. I'm not much of a buyer right now. That's what I was referring to as a knife catch if you're entering on bullish candles. Okay, yeah, I guess we just have different definitions of a knife catch. Yes, if that's what your definition is, then I don't do it often. I only do it when I'm really range trading. So, but yeah. After hours. Yeah, no, I know. Like right here, right? What, right here? Somewhere in here. Yeah, somewhere in here, I know. I'm just saying that I would, like, if I were in that position, I'd be selling when this breakout here, like, into strength, because I think we run up into resistance here and then fail. But that's, yeah, I don't know. I don't, like, obviously you're a buy and hold type of guy, and I'm not. And so it's, like, it's tough to ask me, you know, what I think, because I still think we're going down. But, you know, if you're looking for a day trade out of it, then, I mean, great buy. On gold, yeah. If you're a long-term investor in the SPY, I think you're a little early, to be honest, but... Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Just gonna let gold do its thing. and we'll see if I'm gonna be riding the lightning of glory, or I could not have been more wrong. So we'll I am kind of turning a bias into like to swing trades. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Have a good one, Mo. Have a good one, Born Lam. Have a good trading day. I will see you at 1 o'clock. Peace, guys.